Consumers. We're the consuming race. Taking what we like and not replenishing it is what we do best. Each and every one of us produces about 102 tons of trash in a lifetime. However, we seem to excuse this fact and look past it due to our lack of caring for the environment. Since trying to improve the environment is a heavy topic that's hard to address, it seems as though we look past it in an effort to forget. But it is our time to remember. Remember the damage we have caused, not only to the environment, but also to the species of animals, and most importantly, to ourselves. Here's the main problem. We as students don't know what goes in each bin. Here at Monte Vista, we conducted a survey to analyze how many students know how to recycle properly. Everyone knows that recycling is good for the environment, but the real question is whether we know how to recycle correctly. For plastic utensils, 77% of people did not know how to dispose of them correctly. As for Ziploc bags, 64% of students did not know. 66% of students did not know aerosol cans should be recycled. For batteries, 45% did not know. And for napkins, 26% of students did not know. Failure to recycle items correctly has a larger impact than many of us realize. When students litter their recyclables, these items find their way to the ocean through storm drains or the creek. They flow with the ocean currents until they reach the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, a giant whirlpool of trash larger than the size of Texas in the North Pacific Ocean. Two more of these garbage patches exist in the Indian and Atlantic Oceans. All over the planet, the toxins from marine litter leach into the ocean water and are deposited in the fatty tissues of animals that unknowingly consume them. Eventually, we consume these animals and take in the toxins ourselves. Even if the student doesn't litter a recyclable item, throwing it in the trash wastes an object that could be put into use again. Instead, this plastic bottle or a piece of cardboard arrives at a landfill, where it provides shelter for bacteria that produce greenhouse gases.
Each time you throw away an empty water bottle, you aren't just throwing away a mass of plastic, you're also throwing away a chance to help the world. When a person purchases a water bottle, a 5-cent tax is added to its price. This money can either be redeemed at a local recycling center or just ignored and thrown away. At Monte Vista, we do recycle plastic bottles and cans, but we don't take advantage of their monetary potential. In addition, students here often ignore the bins designated for these items. Instead, recyclables end up in the trash or are even littered around campus. Our program, Water for Wells, involves separating plastic bottles and cans from general recycling and trash. From there, these items will be dropped off at local recycling centers for about 5 cents apiece until Monte Vista has raised enough money to sponsor the construction of a well in Sierra Leone. In doing this, we, the students of Monte Vista, will have left a lasting and beneficial mark on the world. Currently, Sierra Leone is one of the poorest countries in the world. Of the 6 million people living there, 60% of the nation lives below the poverty line. Many communities in Sierra Leone have no access to clean drinking water. Unsanitary water is the source of cholera, typhoid, intestinal worms, and other deadly illnesses. Boiling water there is not even an option because communities are often too poor to afford even fuel for fire. The money we receive from recycling water bottles will be donated to an organization called The Water Project, a non-profit that will then help us build these wells. They have provided sustainable water to many communities for over 7 years. Our team will use the money granted by the PTSA as a foundation for the first well we will begin to build. It would then cost $6,500 more to build the well, meaning we'd need to get another 130,000 water bottles. Now, this seems like a lot, but our team has discovered that students at Monte Vista discard around 1,289 bottles a day. This doesn't even include those sold at sporting events such as football or baseball games. In other words, our goal is very achievable. In just 100 days, we should hit that amount and we will be able to create our first well. Leo Club will manage the Water for Wells program and turn the responsibility of collecting and sorting recyclables into a volunteer event. Leo will manage signups for this event and cash in the items that we have collected. They will also place a decorated bin in our new cafeteria dedicated to our cause. During homecoming week, More bins will be added as Water for Wells becomes a competition between each class. Each class will receive its own bin and compete with other classes to collect the most recyclables in their bins. The winning class will earn points for homecoming, and all classes' recyclables will be cashed in to raise money for the well.
Through perseverance and integrity, we will persist in applying our plan. However, the only way we can proceed is with each and every person's help. Our ultimate goal is not only to build a well, but to change students' attitudes and outlooks on recycling. We believe that our students care about the recycling system, yet they are simply faced with the ignorance of not knowing what is recyclable. Monte Vista will eventually come together to raise money for a well. We will not only boost the school's morale, but we will be improving the lives of others who are less fortunate.